What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a new season. The 2022-2023 season is upon us. We're back in the studio for another series of Hoop State Preview, and this episode we'll be breaking down the Carmel Christian Tip-Off Classic presented by Phenom Hoops. Let's get right to it. And as you guys expect, on a year-to-year basis, the Carmel Christian Tip-Off Classic is the premier tip-off event in the Carolinas. We have a loaded slate of games for you guys at Carmel Christian School, the best gym in the state, at least from how nice it is, and truthfully, the best student section in the state of North Carolina until proven otherwise. Let's take a look at the game.
Friday, November 11th, the first game is at 5 p.m. featuring Northside Christian versus Quality Education. At 6:30, you have the Burlington School versus Combine Academy. And at 8 p.m., you have the host school, Carmel Christian, up against Northwood Temple. All
right, Saturday, November 12th. Big-time Saturday slate of games starting at noon. We have Quality Education taking on Westminster Catawba. Shifting ahead, 1:30, Northwood Temple taking on Northside Christian. Say that 5 times fast. 3 o'clock, Combine Academy, 1 of 1 Academy. Spice levels going through the roof for that one. Concord Academy plays Greensboro Day at 4:30. Then at 6 o'clock, the Cannon School plays the Burlington School. And then at 7:30 to cap it off, Carmel Christian, the host school, will be taking on Asheville School. This feels like a big-time atmosphere game on Friday night. Carmel Christian, Northwood Temple. Northwood Temple has 4 bigs above 6'10". Carmel Christian brings in Jaden Mustaf, Bryce Cash. They bring Caleb Seiler back. They have a whole cast of characters there. Rod, how do you kind of see this one going down on Friday night?
Well, I mean, obviously the size of Northwood Temple they're gonna kind of impose their will on Carmel. But one thing about Carmel and that student section, that crowd, they bring a lot of energy to the game. So, and Coach Badge is one of the best coaches in the all Hoop State. So he'll have his guys prepared. So I expect it to be a track meet.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of an up and down game. What Mustaf does, for those that haven't watched him yet, he is just like a dynamic two-way threat. He's going to bring the ball up. He's going to initiate offense. He's going to play above the rim. And he's going to really put the seatbelt on the opposition with the way that he guards. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what he's able to do, knowing that he's a slasher first, knowing that he's got trees down kind of waiting for him at the rim. It's going to be on a lot of those other guys like Kamani Wirtz and Bryce Cash to make plays. So we'll see what they're able to do. All right, Combine Academy. Much anticipated season on the horizon. New coach, new players. But the expectations are still the same. Preseason number 13, according to Sports Illustrated. And they have 2 big tests, Rod, the TBS and 1 of 1. They play TBS on Friday nights, 1 of 1 on Saturday afternoon. How do you kind of see this weekend unfolding for them, and what do you think each of the teams they're playing kind of bring to the table in a matchup?
Well, I think it's a good opening season test for Combine. Obviously, you know, Coach Mike Wright, now this is his first tournament with his new team. They're loaded at the top. You with Trentyn Flowers, 5-star, do everything, recruit. And you got Silas Dimmer committed to the University of Southern Cal. Keith Passmore. Like they have guys that literally have gotten it done on all levels. So it's gonna be interesting to see them put it all together. It's gonna be a great test versus the Burlington School, because even with Coach Ryan Bernardi leaving, Coach George Marshall's done an amazing job assembling a really, really good team. Cam Flippin and Zion Walker are as tough as they come in that backcourt. You got Tamari Outlaw. You got
Ashton Troutman
as well. 2 of those guys, I mean, Jordan Durham. Like they just have a group of guys who are tough, hard-nosed team. But they kind of embody what Coach Marshall believes in.
Yeah, and I made the comment to him last week, like, I don't know if there's a single team that's gotten better week to week playing in the Hoop State Fall League as much as TBS. I haven't been on the west side as much, so I can't speak on that. But regardless, TBS is going to come in with, we're going to win this game. That's the mentality they're going to come in with. Combine's going to do the same, and I'm very intrigued to see how the Combine pieces gel. On paper, they really fit. That's like the intriguing thing about it. I think from a fit perspective, this is as good a team as Mike has had. So I'm excited to see kind of how these guys gel, and it's definitely a big opportunity against TBS. And then you have 1 of 1 who has a lot of really good young players. They also have an unknown big that people don't really know about yet, has gotten like I think 5 or 6 Division I offers this fall on Ty Hamilton. He's only been playing for a couple years. Jaquan Moore should be booting up with them. He's a really talented player that's played in a lot of big games. I think Combine, this is the kind of test they want and need to start the season.
Absolutely. I mean, to be in the season, you want to be a top 5, top 10 ranked team to have a chance to play in the Geico Nationals. I mean, these are the tests that you need.
Definitely. Another big game in this event. 2 of the top private schools in the state of North Carolina. Year in, year out, they've both been at or near the top competing for state championships. Concord Academy, Greensboro Day, Saturday afternoon. A lot of big-time players on the floor in this one, Rod. What are you kind of thinking from this one?
That's going to be a fun game to watch. For Concord Academy, you know, they're defending state champions. Doyle Van Bibber, did I say that right?
You did.
Won the Winthrop. And then my guy, Avion Penn, just a Swiss Army knife, do it all.
He's on a mission right now.
He's on a mission. Everything you've heard about him in the preseason so far in the fall league, you've heard the Avions turn the corner. So, I mean, he's an attractive piece for a lot of Division I schools. And for Greensboro Day, everything begins and starts with Jaden Young, headed to Virginia Tech. Had a big summer with CP3, and then you see it translating now to Greensboro Day, where he's the featured guy. So, in Greensboro Day, the standard is always the standard. No matter who comes in the door, or who's not there or not, the standard is always going to be the standard with those crazy guys.
Yeah, it's always, no matter who's on that roster for Greensboro Day, it's a state championship or bust, and they're going to be really, really tough to beat when Jaden Young is making shots, and he makes shots at a very high rate. Who's one guy that you think has a chance to really pop off and help make a name for themselves this weekend?
The guy I'm looking forward to seeing the most is Austin Schwartz from Cannon School. 2-guard, 2024 kid, gets it done, is a bucket getter. I got a chance to watch him play this summer with Team Charlotte with Coach McGinnis. I got a chance to watch the game play against Team Curry. He was electric that game. So just seeing the type of player he is, and just I always feel like Coach Shea Roth at Cannon School always has that one guy that could just go get it anytime, any place. And it's Austin Schwartz.
I think the guy for me is Raquise Passmore. Walking highlight, as athletic as any kid you'll find. And I genuinely believe that he's coming to a point now where he's being coached really, really well between AJ and Mike and their staff. He's playing with elite players every day. I know him and Silas go back and forth at practice. Whenever I've been here seeing them work out, they get really competitive with one another. And I think that he's going to turn the corner and kind of see himself really stamp his ground as a top 40, top 30 type kid in that 2024 class. So I think the guy for me is Raquise Passmore for Combine.
And I agree with Raquise. Everybody sees Raquise as just hot, just playmaker, high flyer. One thing I've been impressed with Raquise is improving on his jump shot.
He is the ability to just raise up and hit a shot is something he has now.
Amazing to see off his bounce, catch and shoot. It's just, and that just adds another dimension to his game. So you see a guy like that who can get to the rim at any time he wants, but now he can stop and pop. Oh, you talk about that.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but I know he's going to have some time at point guard when Silas isn't in the game or whatever. Maybe Silas, whatever happens. When I'd imagine their minutes are going to be staggered so that there's always one of them in the game, and that he's going to be initiating a lot of offense, doing a lot of different stuff. So I'm intrigued to see how he handles that early, if and when he takes his lumps, how he responds from that. So I'm intrigued to see what Raquise is able to do this year, and I think he's going to be a guy that becomes a nationwide known name throughout the course of the season with what he's able to do, and he's going to start it off with this weekend at the Carmel Tip-Off Classic. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Hoop State Preview. The Carmel Christian Tip-Off Classic is going down at Carmel Christian School in Matthews, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, November 11th and 12th. If you cannot be there, you should be there, but if you can't, hoopstatelive.com has you covered for everything during, live streaming, and on demand afterwards. So be sure to tune in for that. We appreciate you guys tuning in with this. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff, and we'll see y'all real soon.